afternoon. This is our lecture for preventive medicine and community health, culture, and gender. So how are we influenced by human nature and cultural diversity? So by natural selection, heritable traits that would best enable organisms to survive and reproduce are passed to ensuing generations. So social animals join, conform, and recognize social status, and social evolution occurs. Also in evolutionary psychology, it studies the evolution of cognition and behavior based on principles of natural selection. So as far as culture is concerned, it's enduring behaviors, ideas, and attitudes and traditions shaped by a large group of people and transmitted from one generation to the next. Society is when people interact and share culture, generally in a geographically limited area. And your cultural diversity is our behavior is socially programmed and can be genetically influenced. So we have expected norms. This is expected behavior by the group. So expressiveness would depend on culture. Punctuality would depend on culture. How you break rules would depend on culture. How you appreciate your personal space. And if you are allowed to do eye contact with another would depend on how you are brought up or how it is perceived in your culture. One act may be acceptable in one culture but may not be acceptable with another. However, we have cultural similarities. So there are universal friendship norms, there are universal social belief dimensions, universal status norms. Incest across the globe would be taboo, and there are norms of the art of war. Males and females are alike and different in many ways. Males are said to be more social dominant, more aggressive, and manifest their sexuality more. And it will depend on evolution through gender and mating preferences. By our biology, men would seek out quantity, would reproduce widely, while women seek out quality, wisely choose, because they would protect and nurture the offspring. So, here lies the question, is evolution genetic determinism? So, what do you think? So, thought things to ponder. So, essentialism ignores the historical and cultural variability of gender and sexuality. It tends to generalize from the average, ignoring variations within gender groups, and ignores the fact that gender and practices change over time. So, evolutionary psychology is one aspect that could predict any changes. So they say gender and hormones would supply the difference. So the gender gap is fueled by testosterone. As humans age, they become more androgynous. And you will see the effect of hormones when you have a hormonal imbalance. Certain characteristics would turn out to be due to hormones as well. This set of behavior and expectations for males and females, such as males should not be crying, etc. So the question is, did culture form you to develop your roots or wings? And there are common patterns of dividing labor by gender. For example, who does the laundry, who does the cooking, etc. So is gender inequality in effect good or bad, and it varies over culture, and it varies over time. So for strength, men tend to get assigned work activities that require physical strength. Of course, there would be outliers, but in general, men are assumed to be stronger than females physically. Do you men agree? And for women, compatibility with childcare theory, women tend to get assigned work activities that are compatible with caring for infants and young children. So men become full-time craft specialists because these activities are not compatible with children. Same way that women would cook at home, but men would become chefs because of increased skill. For the economy, so women and men tend to get assigned work activities that are located near each other. So they take care of the child at home, so they get assigned other activities that they take as home as well. Men would then get assigned more dangerous work because reproductively they are more expendable. So why expendable? Because one man may father many children but lose one woman, and one woman may carry at most 2 or 3 children at a time. So same way in the situation that there would be one man and 9 women in an island, and on the other island there's 9 women and one man, who do you think would be more sustainable? By next year, 9 women could have delivered at least one child, while the other island would just have added one in their population. Hence, the theory of expendability. So when technology replaces human strength, such as what happened to our society, women also have fewer children and can assign childcare to others, then this division of labor begins to disappear as what we are experiencing now. I cannot say for India, but it is starting to happen in the Philippines. And gender status, importance of men in relation to women. Even the British monarchy has removed the male-specific line to succession. So the fourth in line would be Princess Charlotte over the male younger royals. Power and authority may still be dominantly male. For example, the presidency of the Philippines, even if we have had women presidents such as Corazon Aquino and Macapagal Arroyo, both of them are heavily linked to their male counterparts, their fathers and their husbands. And of course, we have our rights and responsibilities for each gender as well. And some cultures would allow premarital sex, others would value chastity, and the double standards begin there. And of course, it does not end with male and female. Of course, now we have our LGBTQ societies as gender equality is being called upon. So peer-transmitted culture, 50% of our personality is inherited. 0 to 10% is parental. And of course, most would be peer. So what have you learned? Values and behaviors, religious influence in the youth. We spend with our friends, with our peers, and that is what shapes us. So genes, culture, and gender, for biology and culture, biology and experience interact when biological traits influence how the environment reacts. In epigenetics, the environment triggers biological gene expression. So this is affected by diet, drugs, and stress, such that a social situation would affect different people differently. Okay. So that is our short lecture for this afternoon. I would like you to submit a short reaction paper talking about your gender, your culture, and how it shapes you as a person. Thank you. Please subscribe to our PMCH channel for more lectures on preventive medicine and community health 1. Thank you.